Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Oh my lord. Reporter Elly on the scene with the latest and greatest developer news. Developer notes for Chrono Odyssey. Developer notes number 2. End of closed beta part 1. Let's see here. How long ago is this? Because I'm not going to read some old news. Holy moly. This is July 4th. This is so long to read. Let's skim through this. We want to thank everyone who joined the recent closed beta. Your support, curiosity, and genuine feedback have meant a lot to us. It's been a privilege to watch players explore what we've built so far, and your input allows us to take an honest look at where we are, where the game stands, and shape our next steps. We were excited to see that many of you enjoyed the core experience of Chrono Odyssey. However, there are also areas that fell short. We heard consistent feedback on animations, motions, combat, responsiveness, performance, optimization, graphics, all forms of critique, whether big or small, all critical to the development process, and our top priority is to address these shortcomings accordingly. To that end, we're carefully reviewing all feedback you've shared. Some of it will be addressed here in part 1, while the rest is being thoroughly reviewed and will be covered in detail in part 2. Number 1, animation and motion and combat experience improvements, performance optimization, lighting, and other graphic enhancements. Here is a look at some of the key areas we'll be working on to improve. Hit feedback. Inconsistency. This was a major issue during the closed beta test. Some actions felt sluggish or disconnected, with attacks, dodges, and blocks occasionally failing to register as expected. We believe this stems from the packet desyncs between the client and the server, and will accelerate packet transmission to improve timing accuracy, redesign packet intervals, and refine the packet structure. Currently, motion and combat packets are interconnected in a shared data stream, which may be contributing to sync issues. We plan on separating these into distinct systems, actively reviewing and resolving all collision detection inconsistencies to ensure combat interactions feel consistent and responsive. Class weapons. While each class has a wide range of abilities, we'll be introducing a new system called the Matrix in the next test to give each weapon more distinct identity. The system will allow you to choose from 4 progression paths per weapon, 12 in total, as each class has 3 weapons. We aim to diversify skill usage of each weapon based on progression paths, even if 2 players are using the same weapon. Their primary skills may differ. The same skill can also produce different results depending on the builds. Our goal is a wide range of playstyles, whether you're focusing on chaining skills, switching between weapons, or exploring other tactical options. Farming will become more dynamic, and players will need to find gear with stats that match their playstyles. With added playstyles, we're creating new animations to ensure each weapon feels distinct and expressive in combat. Camera. We are fixing an issue where the camera angle affects visibility when you're too close to walls or certain environment. The following issues with the lock-on system will also be addressed. Abrupt screen change when changing targets. Camera getting too close to the target during melee combat. Camera resets after combat. Skill being cast based on the direction the player is facing rather than the camera. We're also addressing an issue where the camera shakes vertically in certain areas. Controls. To enhance the overall feel of combat, we're redesigning hit reaction by increasing the reaction duration from 1 to 2 to 4 seconds. This provides clever timing for follow-up attacks and adds a greater sense of risk and reward when taking damage or landing hits. We're also reviewing and fixing unnatural character movements and collision inconsistencies that cause characters to appear as if they are floating. Yes! Yes! Performance and optimization, GPU and rendering overload. We're restructuring how assets are rendered to reduce GPU load and improve real-time performance. High-resolution nanite geometry will only be applied where necessary, while frequently repeated assets will rely on instance static mesh ISM or hierarchical instance static mesh to minimize draw cells and reduce GPU strain. Okay. Development efficiency. We're shifting level design towards reusable environmental assets to improve development efficiency and runtime performance, to speed up production and simplify maintenance while reducing memory, disk, and rendering overhead. We're also minimizing redundant materials and textures by standardizing our art pipeline with trim sheets, ensuring high resolution visual variety. Trim sheets consolidate commonly used detail elements such as metal edges, moldings, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to read all of that. Memory usage, we're reconstructing the loading systems by separating rendering data, blah, 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 blah. Collision data loaded alongside rendering data, blah, 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 blah. Graphics, rendering efficiency. We'll be reducing the unnecessary calculations and streamlining the rendering pipeline without compromising visual quality. Screen transition and quality, temporal super resolution, TAA. Additionally, we're adding support for DLSS, NVIDIA, and FSR AMD to enhance both performance and visual quality. Upscaling options will be available on compatible graphic cards to ensure players get the most out of their hardware. Lighting. We're working to reduce the unnecessary lighting calculations by removing unused lights and limiting the excessive use of stationary and movable lights. We're also transitioning to a cluster-based light management system to reduce rendering costs, light overlap, and shading complexity, resulting in more efficient rendering. To improve the overall quality of lighting, we're standardizing exposure values and redefining the priority and range key of the key lights to improve contrast, fidelity, and maintain consistent exposure across the scene. Please note that this update includes a number of technical terms. We've done our best to explain things clearly, and we appreciate your understanding as we focus on sharing our development plans as transparently as possible. Oh my God, chat. I love these devs. Yes, yes, Chrono Odyssey. Yes. Part 2 will take a closer look at what's ahead. In addition to the areas we've already covered, we'll continue improving combat systems, technical stability, graphics, and animations. We'll also be addressing new topics such as sound, UI, UX, gameplay, flexibility. I wish sound was part of part 1 though, instead of part 2. Sound, I think it's really, really important, and I feel like a lot of developers don't understand how important sound is. Sound is super importante. Gameplay flexibility, in-game guidance, balance, content flow, progression, replayability, social features, narrative, server stability, and bug fixes. We don't plan on rushing ahead without first getting things right. We want the next version of Chrono Odyssey to reflect all the hard work and honest feedback that have gone into this process. Our focus remains on quality and delivering a more polished, complete experience. Stay tuned for more details, and as always, we look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you again for being part of this journey, the Chrono Odyssey development team. Ugh, you're still here. Well, I guess just hit that subscribe button, yeah? Come on. Don't make me say it again. Please?